What's going on, people? Let me make give a quick testimony while I'm going through my Bible. Then kill two birds at one stone. I want to give a testimony while we counting down the days to Resurrection Sunday, Easter. March 31st, 2024. Okay, one day my pickup truck was making some noise. It was tick, 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 tick. And after about 2 days, I finally checked the oil, and it didn't have no oil. It probably had like a small drop. I could have burned my motor up. So I got real scared, and all I had was that pickup truck and the car that my wife, the little Chevy Malibu 2014 that my wife drives. And I drive my pickup truck. You know, I got a little lawn service. I got to cut grass. I haul scrap metal here and there. And that truck takes me to work. You know, we both go in different directions. So there's no way we can share a vehicle. You know what I mean? We just, to be comfortable, she need her own ride and I need my own ride. And when I checked my oil, and the oil was so low, I was like, dang, man, I could have burnt up my engine. I just got scared. Like, what I'm gonna do? I need to have another vehicle, you know, just to make sure that I can get around if this truck goes down. Now at that time, the car note, I probably had about a year and a half left to pay it. And so I started looking online to see about another pickup truck, and I seen one that was cheap, a 2014, because I know that I don't make a lot of money, so I didn't want to try to pick up a second car note. I didn't want one that was going to be too expensive. Long story short, I went to the Chevy dealership that was right by our house at the time. And the guy, he said, man, you know that truck, man, we're going to junk it. It got a lot of miles on it, blah, 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 this and that. They really going to get rid of that truck. So, to make the story short, I came in there looking for a Chevy pickup truck like the 2014 model to the 2018. That's one body style newer than the one that I got. I got a 2008 Chevy Silverado. Okay, God ended up blessing me to come out of there with a real nice, clean 2020 Chevy Silverado, black on black, the new body style that's out right now. I know some of the like the 24s have like minor little differences, but for the most part, the 2020 is the new body style Chevy Silverado that's out right now. It has some nice rims, black on black, tint, all of that. It's a little 6-cylinder, but it's clean. But the point of that I'm trying to make was, I went in this dealership looking for a 2014, and God ended up letting me walk out of there with a 2020. And so now at this time I got two car notes. This truck note and the car note that my wife is driving that has like about a year and maybe about a year and a half. See, my plan was to pay the car note off first and then go find another vehicle. Okay, during the course from then until now, the job had got real slow. It had got so slow, looking at my records, for 2 months, it had got so slow that as sometimes I was like, man, I can't even pay my 10%, my tithes. because this builders do, this builders do, this builders do. And I can't take $200 out of my check or $150 out of my check to put on my tithes because, like, should I pay the rent? You know, I don't want to lose my vehicle. I can't pay my tithes. So I had to say, all right, let me put something in church, and I owe $150 on my tithes. Okay, next 2 weeks or whatever. Hey, let me put $40 in church. I gotta give something. I cannot absolutely put zero. So I would put like $40, but then I would write down, okay, whenever I get some more money, I owe let's say $120. And then recently, from the Lord made a way that things start picking up around November. So I was able to have a good Thanksgiving, and I was able to have a good Christmas. Fast forward to right now, which is March the 9th. Things just kind of like skyrocketed. The work picked up. They had to hire more drivers, blah, 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 blah. Now, remind you, let me say this. In the other department, on the other side, things haven't changed. Those guys are still only working like 32 hours. Ever since Thanksgiving, well, even before Thanksgiving, because things got slow, things started getting better in Thanksgiving, where we was able to start working like 55 hours, 50 hours or whatever. But the guys across the street have still been on 32 hours, even right now in March. Those guys are still on 32 hours. And now I only have three more months on to finish my car note. And we have so much work now that I know God is gonna allow me to be able to pay my car note off. And then I'll just have my truck payment. So at $500 that I'm paying on my car every month, I will be free from that payment in 3 months. And I owe all the glory and the honor to God. So what I want to say is, because I know there's somebody out there that's struggling, don't know where to turn. You might not have a financial problem. You might have another problem. You might have a sickness. You might have a child that you're dealing with. You might have a loved one. It could be related to a parent or something. You might have a different issue than the money issue. But what I want to say is, whatever problem that you're having, whatever that you're dealing with, take it to God. Give it. You don't have to bear that burden alone. You don't have to carry that weight. Jesus, give it to Jesus. Jesus said to come to me. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. So I just want to challenge you to release that pressure off yourself on how you're going to do it, and say, you know what, Jesus, I might not have been walking with you in the past. I might not have been doing everything right. Or even if you have been walking with him and you are doing everything right, just release that pressure. Give it to Jesus and see how he'll work it out for you. He might not do everything to the T exactly, but I can guarantee you'll get a peace of mind, and that he'll make things better for you. I have many more testimonies of the goodness of God and things he done got me out of, and things he done helped me with, and things where I wanted something and God gave me even way more than what I can imagine. Just to not make this video too long, and I wanted to put something out here that's leading up to Easter Sunday. Resurrection Sunday this year, 2024, March the 31st. So I just wanted to give that small testimony. And once again, everybody, let's get our hearts and minds prepared for Resurrection Sunday, Easter Sunday. Let's make sure that we make provisions to make it to church this Sunday for Easter, and just watch the miracle that God is going to do, and watch what God is going to continue to do in our lives, so that you too will be able to give a testimony of the goodness of God and what he did and what he brought you out of. Amen. Love you all. God bless. And talk to you later. All right?